Hello, my loves. How are you? Welcome back to another episode. Episode 4, baby. Let's go. Welcome back to the Magnetic Mystic podcast, my loves. Oh my goodness. What is coming through me right now is just some really exciting thoughts, and I really wanted to just record this episode for you right now so that we can chat a little bit about this and I can share with you what I'm really feeling into. So what I want to talk to you about today is energy. And energy is all around us. Energy, we live in an energetic universe. You know, we have energy in our own bodies, the energetics of nature, us being nature ourselves. If we boil it down to the science of physics, you know, and energy and physics. But what I really want to focus us into is really tapping into our own energetics and what our own energetics are as a doorway into what's limiting us or what we're perceiving, what potentially is a quote unquote block that we're experiencing. And something that I think is really, really beautiful and I really want to touch on is, where is your energy going? Like, what are you giving your energy to? Because that in itself, if you're giving your energy away, if you're feeling your energy being drained, then there's something there that feels like it's potentially out of alignment. I'll use a personal example here, but as I was going through my coach's training and as I'm still going through my coach's training, something that I kept bumping up against was this feeling of feeling like I didn't have capacity to support everyone, that I couldn't do this work at the level that I know in my soul that I really want to do. And so I asked the question about it, and my mentor was supporting me here in this question I was having around feeling like I was having to do it all for everyone. And the difference there is the energy that I was giving to these situations, and actually the lens in which I was looking at it from was that it was entirely my responsibility to heal everyone, that I had to be the one to do all the fixing, and that it was all on me. And if you just sit with that for a minute and just really feel into it, that is so draining to feel. And whilst I don't want to discount and downplay the common theme that so many of us see suffering and we see pain and we see people living in a limitation, and what we want to do is we just want to wave a magic wand and fix it. Of course, that would be great if we could do that. However, there's so many layers to this here. There's taking away someone's actual experience of realizing their own limitation and being able to transform and uplift that limitation into possibility and to see the world through a completely different lens. It is our responsibility as a guide to show them that limitation, but to not do it for them, to not fix it for them. And this was where I was getting my wires crossed, or my energetic drain was going, was that I was feeling very, very much like, well, I have to do it for them. And the more I sat with this contemplation after my session with my mentor, cuckoo clock, did you hear that? Cuckoo clock confirmation. After I sat on my session, after my session with my mentor, I really sat and I thought about this, and I was thinking more and more into how if we are doing someone's healing for them, then they don't get to experience the healing for themselves. So if someone came in and did it all for me, for all of the things that have limited me in the past or moments of healing that I've needed in my personal life, if someone had come in and done all of that for me, it just wouldn't land. It's like taking a quiz, taking a test in school or whatever, and you copying the answers off of somebody else. Like, sure, you pass the test, but you don't learn anything. And so when someone asks you about what you were quizzed on, you don't actually know the answers because you've not lived and learnt it, if that makes sense. Does that analogy track? And so what I really wanted to kind of bring this back to was the awareness of where we're draining our own energy, and how that is such a beautiful way of being so aware of what feels good in our body and what feels not so good, potentially, whether that is something that is misaligned or it feels good, like on the surface, like maybe you're like, oh, I'm doing this thing and it it's really, really good, but oh, I'm absolutely drained after it. And it's like, okay, well, what is the frequency that you're tuned into? What is the energy? What is the feeling that is the undercurrent here of all of this? Because again, drawing back from my own personal perspective, now when I step into sessions with clients or even just in my personal life, I'm now viewing everybody from the lens of, I don't have to fix this. I just have to be here and to be a mirror. I get to be here, I should say. I don't have to do anything. Half energy is a little bit sticky, but I get to be here. I get to be here with this person and I get to experience what they're saying. And I get to be a mirror and hold up a mirror to this person to support them so that they can see it for themselves, so that they can see where their energy may have gone a little bit wibbly, where their energy may have been a little bit drained. And that is so much easier energetically. And what is so beautiful about this is that when you become this and when you embody this way of seeing others, suddenly amazing things start happening. You start noticing that they're full of their own wisdom, that they actually know themselves more than they realize. And you get to witness the magic in front of you of somebody else transforming, of somebody else going through their own path because of their own experience, and you being completely present and not stepping in and fixing it for them. It is such a gift to witness. Again, I've witnessed this in my own personal life, from my own personal healing and from the people in my life closest to me. On client sessions, I've seen it happen, and it is literally like watching magic being created. It is absolutely magnificent to see. And just from that example alone opens us up so much more for capacity to do things and to actually then get more into this alignment and headspace of, okay, how is this situation making me feel? Like, we all know that certain things that we do, we can get completely lost in. Like, you might be reading a book and suddenly you've read the whole thing cover to cover and you're like, wait, where did the last 3 hours go? Because you're engrossed in it and it doesn't drain your energy. It's just fueling you and you are fully in a space of just flow. Whereas sometimes you might pick up a book, read 3 pages and be like, oh my goodness, oh, this is difficult. And seeing where the energy is different. Maybe the book's not the vibe. Maybe you're not in the headspace to read a book today. But the thing I really, really want to bring back home is this piece around energy and frequency. The frequential state, tuning in the dial. What dial are we tuning into? Are we tuning into a dial of obligation, of shoulds, haves, of force, of pushing, of resistance? Or are we tuning into flow and love and ease and fun and joy, laughter, play? Can you feel into just even the difference of the energetics of those words and how energetically those words of the shoulds, the haves, the I musts, how it feels draining? Whereas when we're feeling into the I get to, and how fun it would be, and I would love to do this, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited, I cannot wait to go and do this thing, and how much more open that feels, and viewing things in that energy and from that state just adds more fuel. But also getting curious where the energetics are a little bit wibbly. And it's not a bad thing either, it's just information. It's information about what you're feeling into, what you're perceiving, what lens are you viewing this in? Are you viewing it from a lens of limitation or opportunity? How are you seeing this situation play out? And when I tell you, genuinely tapping into energies. We've all done it. We've been into a coffee shop. I think I've said this already, but we've all been into a coffee shop or a bookstore or a meeting in the office, and we've gone, oh, vibes are a bit weird in here. Or, oh, I could cut the tension with a knife. It's palatable. We feel it. We feel it in our body before our brain can necessarily catch up and our mind can catch up. We're feeling into that. We're feeling it. It's the same when you go somewhere that you're really excited to be at. I don't know, like let's say Disneyland. I use Disneyland a lot as an example because Disneyland is one of those places that people experience joy. And when I'm personally enjoying myself, I refer to wherever I am at as Disneyland. Having this conversation right now is Disneyland for me. This is so fun. But can you see and feel and like really tap into this energy that I'm sharing with you here is how much lighter that feels, and the awareness of that energy and that energy coming into your body and being in your body. And being like, oh, I went and did this thing today and oh my gosh, I completely was engrossed. I had the best day ever. I'm still full of beans. I could go and do that for 15 more hours. And that being some really great indications of what is fueling you, what is energizing you, what is bringing you online, what is expressing through you in your natural genius, what is inspiring you. What is getting you to bring your gifts to this planet, to this world, to this earth, to this universe? Because we all have our own unique genius that we get to bring online. And it's my personal experience, and I'm sure there are others who will speak to this, that when you're tapping into how things make you feel and the energy it gives you, you're getting onto some secret codes there about your genius and who you be. It's something that, again, I've been playing with the Gene Keys. If you've ever read any of the Gene Keys books or you're familiar with the Gene Keys work, there's different frequencies in the Gene Keys work, and it shows the level of genius. It's the activation sequence and how we get to master our genius and express ourselves through love and our vocations and all of these things. And even in that, we have frequency levels. Shadow frequency, a slightly lower vibration, not necessarily a bad thing. It's just information about where potentially the energy isn't fueling you, it's being drained. And it's playing into those things as well. I guess what I'm trying to say with all of this, with me just yapping and letting this pour through me in real time, is that the energetics of this universe are absolute gold. We're not separate from it. We are it. And it's to play with that, feel into that, see how that makes you feel. And then remember that feeling, breathe that into the body, communicate that with the body, energizing that through the body with our breath, which gives us the ability to start having this land, to start tuning ourselves into these frequencies so that these frequencies become automatic, become the norm, become exactly what we want to do and how we be, how we want to show up in the world, how we want to express our limitless nature as the creative beings that we are, as the limitless beings that we are, the limitless souls that came to this planet from the universe. You know, we are an expression of the universe itself. And that limitless nature is inherent. It's built within. And it's remembering and tapping into that through the energies of our own bodies and the wisdom of our bodies, of our minds, of how things make us feel and we experience them. And even just down to the language that we use to describe things, to experience things. I just wanted to leave that one with you to ponder as that came through me today. And let me know if you want me to speak more on this. This is something that I'm very passionate about, is the energetics of this universe. It's something that I've been very, very intrigued by my entire life. And I'm very, very excited to be sharing more of this with you in this space so that we can all truly remember who we are, who we get to be, how we get to experience this world, how we get to experience this life, and how we get to contribute, how we get to uplift, how we get to support others, how we get to be a representation of what is possible. There is so much potential here that I want to tap you into and remind you of. Thank you so much for being here today with me in this space. I am so grateful that you are here, and I would love it if you gave me a follow here on Spotify. If you want to come and hang out on Instagram, I do a lot of stories. I share channeled messages, sometimes on my reels, or just thoughts I'm having, just little bits and pieces that are coming through. But I would love to share this journey with you. I would love to see you in these spaces so that we can share and amplify and really tap into this ripple effect that we get to experience as a collective. Thank you so much for being here. I'm truly, truly honored that you're here, and I'm sending you so much love, and I'll catch you on the next one, my loves. Love you. Bye.